I've got a couple of special guests in studio. Dr. Ramon Stewart from WVU Tech, not just from WVU Tech, the president, the dude, the big kahuna, the cheese, the Lebowski, and also Bill Loving. Now, can I say that about you with Pendleton Community Bank?
Chief Executive Officer.
Oh, the CEO.
Correct.
The cheese. Yeah. All right. Guys, welcome to the studio, and we're here to talk about some exciting partnerships with Pendleton Community Bank and WVU Tech. You guys were explaining it to me off the air, and this is exciting. It's kind of cool. Let's give everybody an idea of what's happening here.
Yeah, so Rick, thank you.
Turn that mic on. That mic, there's an on and off switch right there. Sorry, I didn't check that. There you go.
Yeah, thank you, Rick and Lola. It's great to be in studio again, as always. Appreciate you all being our community partners, and this is an exciting day. We open up the semester, the academic year at Tech today. Our faculty and staff, almost 285 people, are going to come and meet, and we're going to talk about the future. And one of the things is we're going to be focused future forward. And part of being focused future forward is making sure that the people that enroll at Tech have the resources that they need to graduate from Tech. And so we're going to talk about those resources, whether it be helping students get retained, but we also understand some of the financial challenges or woes that people have. And so working with our community partner in Pendleton Community Bank, we're going to go deeper in our relationship, our commitment to providing financial resources to promote student success.
Now, Bill?
Yeah, absolutely. We're really excited, and thank you for having us here today. I guess it's been about 2 years ago we got together. We started talking about how we could help in community, and thank you for being a partner in the community, because I think it's critical. The more that's involved, the more that can help, the more that can happen. And that's what we're here to talk about today, is how we can help in the investment in the student's success. And that's what it's all about, because if the student is successful, the community is going to be successful. Yeah. And as the community is successful, everyone does better. And so we're really excited about the announcement we're going to make today at noon on how we believe we can help support student success, and also the community can do it as well. So we're excited about today and opportunity to be there with the faculty and the staff as they begin this academic year.
Now, again, the announcement coming up at 12 noon today. We can't give away too much right now because, of course, then there would be no need for an announcement. Now, is it open to the public?
Absolutely. Okay. We will be over at Carter Hall. And one of the things is we want to be the public's university. When we talk about community, where the community is the university and the universe is community, we've seen and heard, people having challenges with financial aid and different things like that. So we're coming together. If anybody wants to come at noon today at Carter Hall on our campus, if you want to be admitted to college today, come today. If you need some help with your bills, come today. Because what we've done is we've made a conscious effort to focus on what we call the Southern 13, making sure that we work tirelessly and deliberately to build back up Southern West Virginia. Those 13 counties that made this state, but those 13 counties that have had more things go out than come in. Well, we're ready to make that investment today. So if anybody would like to go through and get admitted, if anybody, any currently enrolled student or future enrolled student have any financial need, they need to see us, because we're willing to close that gap, because we have dedicated partners like Pendleton Community Bank that's making that investment.
Again, I'm talking to Dr. Stewart from WVU Tech and Bill Loving from Pendleton Community Bank. We're talking about a big announcement coming up at 12 noon today. Now, you made a comment that just to me just shed so much light. You said to complete their studies. You want them to finish. You don't just want to get students to go to school, because as a business, of course, that the more students, the better you do. But you want them to graduate. That sheds a lot of light.
Yeah, Rick, I think it's very important. Number one, I always want people to come to college. I know the transformative nature of higher education. It blessed me and so many others. But not only when they come to college, we need to be committed to helping them get through college. Last semester, we had 86 young people that were in jeopardy of having to go home because they could not pay their finances. Through partnerships and the money that we've raised at the institution, we took that number from 86 down to 10. Okay. So we're changing lives. But one of the greatest things is when you think about Tech, when you get you to come to us, we get you through us. One of the things that we're so grateful of is out of all the institutions, there are 42 public and private 2- and 4-year institutions in the state of West Virginia. No other institution has a higher return on investment from college graduates. Wow. We are number one, and we're right here in this community trying to serve the needs of students.
Right next door to us.
Absolutely.
Now, I will say this, that if you're listening and you're thinking, well, I'm never going to qualify, I'm never going to be able to do it, at least come talk to you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Come and see, because there are, with Pendleton Community Bank and others, there are avenues that can be taken, right?
Yeah, right now, Bill and I always talk about it's hard for you to be what you cannot see. And for some reason, people have made college so overrated and so difficult. But if they let me in one and through a couple of them, then you can do it too. Right. And I want to make sure that we work with people to get them in the door. And we want to build a community. And that's why we chose to work with the community bank also, because not only do we want to get people in the door and make sure that their education is elevated, we want to make sure that they have the financial resources and acumen to actually build for a future. And I think that's the big thing, being future forward, future focused, because what I say in this particular town, in this city, in this state, in this region, why not us? Right. Why not now? And I think there's time for it. We can educate you. We can help you with your financial things. It's just time to do better and be better in Southern West Virginia.
Again, I'm talking to Dr. Stewart from WVU Tech and Bill Loving from Pendleton Community Bank. Bill, let me ask you, you mentioned, and that this is interesting, you said you've been working on this for 2 years.
Yeah, absolutely. We joined forces 2 years ago with Communiversity, and we started looking at ways that we could help give back, to the community, but also to the university. And so, we started first with our partnership. We started working together at events. If they needed help, we were there. If we needed help, they were there. And just a way that we could show what Communiversity is all about. And as others have started gathering around the thought and the concept, it's just allowed the university to continue to grow. And through that process, we started looking at ways that we could help in student success. And so it's been about a year process to get to where we are today. And we're truly excited about the announcement that we're going to make at noon on how we can help give back, but just as importantly, how the community can give back to the university and student success, because I think it's important. Now, Dr. Stewart won't mention this, but he was telling me a story about he met a young lady that said she wasn't able to go to college. Within a short period of time, that lady, I think, was enrolled in the education process at the university. And so basically that one conversation changed that young lady's life. And that's what it's all about, changing lives. So,
yeah, one student at a time. And thank you for that, Bill. And when I think about that student was working at a local business and just had great command of the entire business, was the only one there working. And I went up to that student and I said, well, what do you do other than this? Because that you could tell the student had the capacity to do way more. And she simply said, nothing. They told me I couldn't go to college because I was homeschooled and didn't have a GED. And when I got the receipt from the student, it was a Sunday, and I wasn't in Dr. Stewart mode. I didn't have a business card or whatever, but I wrote my email address on the back of that particular receipt. And long story short, I saw her mother, somebody tagged me on Facebook or whatever, and her mother was talking about how they realized who I was because I forgot to tell them anything. And we do have her here. And that's the thing that we're doing. The team at Tech is willing to work with you and for you to meet you where you are, but most importantly, help you go to places you've never dreamed of going. And that's what we did for that student, and we're doing it for others too.
Good deal. All right, Dr. Stewart and Mr. Loving, Bill Loving from Pendleton Community Bank, thank you guys for coming in. I do need to let the cat out of the bag on one thing here real quickly, but 12 noon, Carter Hall for the big announcement. Now, I know for a fact, WVU Tech, a technical college, you have a lot of engineering students.
Absolutely.
We have put out a challenge to your technical student department for something coming up at the Kids Classic Festival.
Okay.
I'm going to let the cat out of the bag. It's an Oreo stacking contest.
Ooh.
Yeah. You've got 10 minutes and 37 seconds to stack the highest freestanding tower of Oreos. And we put out the challenge yesterday for the Tech team to come on out and try.
Well, I tell you what, we got a young man enrolled at Tech right now from he's actually a third-generation Tech enrollee. He's from South Charleston, West Virginia.
Yeah.
And he is in the Guinness Book of World Records for building structures. So I'm going to call on my guy, and we're going to bring home the championship.
Okay, we'll see. Now, and I would also challenge Pendleton Community Bank, put together a team. It's teams of two. You guys want to put together a team?
Teams of two.
Teams of two. Yeah, you got a stack of Oreos, and it's going to be at the Kids Classic.
And that fits even better because he has a little brother that builds with him also.
Does he really? This would be awesome. All right. Well, looking forward to that. Guys, thank you for coming in. Congratulations on the achievement that you've been able to accomplish here. And we look forward to being community partners here in the future as well.
Thank you so much, Rick. And thank you, Lola, too.
Yeah, thank you, Rick. Thank you, Lola, for the opportunity to be here today.
It's been great, guys.